Feeling lost in modern relationships? Ever wonder how to stay confident without being controlled? Stoic wisdom offers powerful principles to help you navigate today's complex world of relationships. Imagine facing every situation with calm, clarity and strength, free from manipulation. In this video, I'll reveal 6 Stoic principles that will transform the way you think, act and feel in your relationships. Whether you're struggling with trust, setting boundaries, or just want more confidence, these timeless lessons will guide you. Stay tuned to empower yourself with Stoic strategies and take control. Principle 1. Building strong relationships through Stoicism. Stoicism teaches us how to build stronger relationships by focusing on our inner selves. A healthy relationship starts with understanding who we are and what we value. According to the Stoics, we can't control other people's actions or feelings, but we can control our own thoughts and reactions. This idea helps us stay calm in difficult situations and avoid unnecessary conflicts. One key lesson is not to rely on others for our happiness. When we place our happiness in someone else's hands, we become vulnerable to manipulation and disappointment. Instead, Stoics teach us to find peace within ourselves. This inner peace makes us more stable partners, friends and family members because we don't need constant approval or validation. Honesty is another Stoic value that strengthens relationships. Being honest with ourselves and others helps build trust. When we are truthful, we create a solid foundation in our relationships. Lies or hidden feelings often lead to misunderstandings or broken trust, which are difficult to repair. Setting boundaries is also essential. Stoicism reminds us that it's okay to say no when necessary. A strong relationship respects each person's boundaries. Clear communication, without fear of judgment or rejection, ensures that both people feel valued and understood. Forgiveness is another important Stoic principle. Everyone makes mistakes, and holding grudges only harms us. Stoicism encourages us to let go of anger and move forward. This doesn't mean allowing others to hurt us repeatedly, but it does mean understanding that mistakes happen and learning to forgive. Lastly, Stoicism teaches us to appreciate the present moment. Often, we are so focused on the future or past that we forget to enjoy our time with loved ones. By being fully present, we create meaningful memories and deeper connections. In conclusion, Stoicism offers timeless wisdom for building strong, healthy relationships. By focusing on inner peace, honesty, boundaries, forgiveness, and presence, we create lasting bonds based on trust and respect. Principle 2. Perception and control in interpersonal dynamics. Stoicism teaches us a lot about how we see the world and how we interact with others. One of the core ideas is the difference between what we can control and what we cannot. In relationships, this concept helps us manage expectations and reduce unnecessary stress. When we interact with others, our first instinct might be to try and change them, or we get frustrated when they don't act the way we want. Stoicism reminds us that we cannot control other people's thoughts, actions, or emotions. What we can control, however, is how we react to them. This shift in focus allows us to stay calm in situations where we might otherwise feel anger or disappointment. Perception plays a big role here. How we view a situation directly affects how we feel about it. If someone disagrees with us or acts in a way that upsets us, we can choose to see the situation differently. Instead of taking things personally, we can remind ourselves that their behavior is a reflection of their own thoughts and experiences, not a judgment on us. Changing our perception helps us stay level-headed and prevents unnecessary conflict. Another key Stoic lesson is to focus on what is within our control, our thoughts, emotions, and actions. This doesn't mean ignoring others' feelings, but it means not letting them dictate our happiness or peace. For example, if someone criticizes us, instead of becoming defensive, we can control our response by calmly reflecting on whether their words are true or useful. If they are, we can learn from them. If not, we can let them go without getting upset. Stoicism encourages us to practice empathy. Understanding that others may be acting out of their own struggles or difficulties helps us respond with kindness instead of frustration. When we control our reactions and view situations from a broader perspective, we can build stronger, more harmonious relationships. In interpersonal dynamics, focusing on what we can control and adjusting our perceptions leads to healthier, more peaceful interactions. We free ourselves from the need to control others and find peace in controlling ourselves. Principle 3. Embodying Stoic values for relationship. Harmony. Stoicism provides practical wisdom for creating harmony in relationships. By embodying key Stoic values, we can bring more peace, understanding, and balance to our interactions with others. One of the most important Stoic values is patience. In any relationship, whether it's with a partner, friend, or family member, there will be disagreements and challenges. Stoics teach us to be patient with others and with ourselves. Instead of reacting with frustration or anger, we can pause, breathe, and approach the situation calmly. This helps us avoid unnecessary conflict and keeps communication open. Compassion is another Stoic principle that fosters harmony. Stoicism reminds us that everyone is going through their own struggles. When someone behaves in a way that bothers us, it may be because they are dealing with their own problems. By being compassionate, we can respond with understanding rather than judgment, creating a space for growth and healing in the relationship. Stoics also emphasize the value of self-control. In relationships, emotions can sometimes get the best of us. We may say things we don't mean or act out of anger. Practicing self-control allows us to manage our emotions and respond thoughtfully rather than impulsively. This leads to more respectful and considerate interactions, strengthening the bond between people. Honesty is key to any healthy relationship. Stoics value truthfulness, not only in what we say but in how we live. Being open and honest with those we care about builds trust, which is the foundation of strong relationships. When we hide our true feelings or avoid difficult conversations, we create distance. Stoicism teaches us to have the courage to be honest, even when it's uncomfortable. Another Stoic value that enhances relationship harmony is forgiveness. Holding on to grudges or past mistakes harms both ourselves and our relationships. Stoicism encourages us to let go of anger and resentment. By practicing forgiveness, we allow the relationship to move forward with understanding and peace. Lastly, Stoicism teaches us to focus on gratitude. Often, we take our relationships for granted, focusing on what's wrong instead of appreciating what's right. By being grateful for the people in our lives, we nurture a sense of contentment and joy, which leads to deeper connection and harmony. Incorporating these Stoic values, patience, compassion, self-control, honesty, forgiveness, and gratitude, into our relationships brings more peace and harmony, making our bonds stronger and more fulfilling. Principle 4. Navigating emotions wisely within relationships. Emotions are a natural part of any relationship, but how we handle them can make a big difference in the quality of our connections. Stoicism offers practical guidance on how to navigate emotions wisely within relationships, helping us maintain peace and understanding. One key lesson from Stoicism is that emotions aren't the problem, how we react to them is. Stoicism teaches us that it's okay to feel emotions, but we should not let them control us. For example, feeling angry during a disagreement is normal, but letting that anger cause hurtful words or actions can damage the relationship. Instead, Stoics advise us to pause, reflect, and respond thoughtfully. Another important Stoic principle is to distinguish between what we can control and what we cannot. In relationships, we often get upset when others don't act as we expect. But we cannot control how others behave. We can only control how we react. By focusing on our own reactions, we can avoid unnecessary arguments and reduce stress. Self-awareness is also key to navigating emotions wisely. Stoicism encourages us to take a step back and observe our feelings before reacting. When we notice we are getting upset, anxious, or frustrated, we can choose to respond calmly instead of letting our emotions take over. This creates healthier, more constructive communication. Empathy is another Stoic value that helps manage emotions in relationships. When we understand that others have their own struggles and emotional challenges, we are less likely to take things personally. This perspective allows us to respond with kindness, even when emotions are running high. Stoics also emphasize forgiveness. Holding on to negative emotions like anger or resentment harms both us and the relationship. By practicing forgiveness, we let go of past hurts and focus on moving forward. This doesn't mean ignoring problems, but it does mean choosing peace over prolonged conflict. Another way Stoicism helps us navigate emotions is by focusing on gratitude. When we appreciate the good in our relationships, it becomes easier to manage difficult emotions. Gratitude reminds us of the value of our connections, helping us stay grounded during tough times. In summary, Stoicism teaches us that while emotions are a part of relationships, we don't have to be controlled by them. By practicing self-awareness, focusing on what we can control, showing empathy, and embracing forgiveness and gratitude, we can navigate our emotions wisely and create stronger, more peaceful relationships. Principle 5. Enhancing communication and trust with Stoicism. Stoicism offers timeless wisdom that can help us improve communication and build trust in our relationships. At its core, Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, our own thoughts, words, and actions. This approach creates a foundation for clear communication and strong trust. One of the most important Stoic lessons is speaking with intention. Stoics believe that we should speak only when our words are necessary and beneficial. Before we speak, we should ask ourselves, will this help or harm the relationship? By choosing our words carefully, we can avoid misunderstandings and unnecessary conflict. Listening is equally important. Stoicism teaches us to listen actively and without judgment. When we truly listen, we give others the space to express themselves, which strengthens trust. Instead of thinking about what we're going to say next, Stoics remind us to focus on understanding the other person's point of view. Honesty is another key value in Stoicism that enhances communication. Being truthful in our interactions helps build a foundation of trust. When we are honest about our feelings, needs, and boundaries, others can trust that we mean what we say. However, honesty should always be paired with kindness. Stoicism teaches us to be truthful in a way that is respectful and considerate of others' feelings. Emotional control is also crucial for healthy communication. Stoics remind us that we cannot control how others act, but we can control how we respond. By managing our emotions, especially in moments of frustration or disagreement, we communicate more calmly and effectively. This leads to more productive conversations and fewer arguments. Another important Stoic practice is to avoid assumptions. Often, misunderstandings happen because we assume we know what the other person is thinking or feeling. Stoicism encourages us to clarify rather than assume. Asking questions and seeking understanding helps prevent miscommunication and builds trust. Forgiveness is also a powerful Stoic value that enhances relationships. Everyone makes mistakes, and holding grudges can harm trust. By practicing forgiveness, we show that we value the relationship more than holding on to anger. This opens the door for honest, open conversations and a deeper connection. Lastly, Stoicism teaches us to focus on the present moment. Instead of dwelling on past arguments or worrying about future outcomes, being present helps us engage fully in conversations. When we are present, we communicate more clearly and build trust by showing that we are fully there for the other person. In conclusion, Stoicism provides practical tools for improving communication and trust. By practicing honesty, listening, emotional control, forgiveness, and focusing on the present, we create stronger, healthier relationships. Principle 6. Fostering deeper connections for meaningful relationships. Stoicism provides valuable insights on how to create deeper, more meaningful connections in our relationships. At the heart of Stoicism is the idea that we can't control others, but we can control how we show up in our relationships. By practicing key Stoic values, we can foster connections that are rooted in trust, respect, and understanding. One of the most important Stoic principles for building deeper connections is empathy. Stoicism teaches us to see things from the other person's perspective. When we put ourselves in their shoes, we can understand their feelings, struggles, and desires. This understanding leads to more compassionate and meaningful interactions, making the other person feel truly heard and valued. Presence is another key Stoic value that deepens relationships. Often, we are distracted by the past or the future, which prevents us from fully engaging with the people around us. Stoicism reminds us to focus on the present moment. By being fully present with someone, whether it's during a conversation or spending time together, we show that we truly value their company. This creates stronger bonds and lasting memories. Honesty is essential for fostering deeper connections. Stoics value truthfulness in all relationships. When we are open and honest about our thoughts, feelings, and intentions, we create trust. Trust is the foundation of any meaningful relationship. Without it, deeper connections cannot form. Being truthful doesn't mean being harsh, though. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of being kind and thoughtful in our honesty. Another important Stoic value is emotional resilience. Relationships can be challenging at times, and emotions can run high. Stoicism teaches us to manage our emotions instead of letting them control us. By practicing emotional resilience, we can stay calm during conflicts and communicate more effectively. This helps resolve issues peacefully and strengthens the connection with the other person. Forgiveness is a powerful Stoic practice that fosters deeper relationships. Everyone makes mistakes, and holding on to grudges can prevent relationships from growing. Stoicism encourages us to let go of anger and forgive others for their shortcomings. By practicing forgiveness, we allow relationships to heal and move forward with understanding and love. Gratitude is another Stoic value that deepens connections. By appreciating the people in our lives and expressing that gratitude, we strengthen our relationships. Gratitude reminds us to focus on the positive aspects of our connections, which leads to more meaningful interactions. In conclusion, Stoicism provides timeless wisdom for fostering deeper, more meaningful relationships. By practicing empathy, presence, honesty, emotional resilience, forgiveness, and gratitude, we create lasting connections built on trust, respect, and understanding. These Stoic values help us cultivate relationships that bring true joy and fulfillment. Here's a strong ending hook for your video. Remember, building strong, healthy relationships starts with understanding yourself. By practicing these 6 Stoic principles, you can protect your confidence and avoid manipulation in any relationship. These timeless ideas help you set boundaries, communicate clearly, and maintain your inner peace, no matter what challenges come your way. The best part? Stoicism isn't just about surviving tough times, it's about thriving, even in difficult relationships. You have the power to control your thoughts, reactions, and emotions. The more you practice these principles, the stronger and more confident you'll become. So, take these Stoic lessons with you and start applying them today. Watch how your relationships transform when you approach them with clarity and wisdom. Let Stoicism be your guide to a life full of healthier, more authentic connections. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom. And let me know in the comments, how will you use Stoicism to improve your relationships? See you next time on Stoic Habits.